I am so inspired to hear when, when someone confronted with that kind of ugly can turn it into something positive.
Now at 4, standing up against hate. Thanks for joining us here on the Now Cincinnati. I'm Tanya O'Rourke. Hundreds of people gathered at Fountain Square today for the launch of the Coalition Against Hate. This is a story we first brought you last week here on the Now. The coalition was created after 19 civil rights organizations in Cincinnati got together, they joined together, and the Now's Brianna Malloy has more from today's event.
The theme of today's event was Courage Under Fire, and dozens of residents showed that courage firsthand by sharing with everyone personal stories of times they have overcome discrimination.
Imagine how we felt.
It's not easy to relive hateful words.
You always get a little bit of that, those butterflies going through.
Especially in front of a crowd in the middle of Fountain Square.
You can imagine that I was the eldest and they were younger.
But Imam Musa has a message he wants to communicate, and it starts with a story that he lived growing up.
It definitely was a reality check.
His sisters would jog through the neighborhood, but they returned one day to a letter full of threats.
It had really terrible hate language in there, threatening, telling us to go back because they wore the hijab, the headscarf.
And Imam Musa isn't alone in his experience. Dozens of residents from other minority groups shared similar stories.
You sense when someone is afraid to talk to you.
They're hoping that together, as 19 different minority groups, they can fight discrimination as a unified front.
It's really high time that we come together to do it with one voice, and the strength is in that.
But Imam Musa isn't standing on this stage to talk about what a letter did to him.
Or divided we fall.
But to talk about what the letter couldn't do.
Told them to do that and I'll go jogging with them. And every morning we would do that, and we were not going to change our lifestyle because of some Islamophobe or hateful person.
And that is his message to the crowd. Hateful words couldn't win then, and together they can't win now.
So that's the gist of my story.
And the Coalition Against Hate was created so that civil rights groups here in Cincinnati could respond to incidents with one voice. You can find out more about the coalition at WCPO.com. Brianna Malloy, the Now Cincinnati.